What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
I'm Ethan, and this is Ruger. He's deciding he's going to be on the video today. You're making a lot of noise with the tail, buddy. Go ahead and sit down.
All right, Dad, I guess I'll sit down.
Thank you. All right, today we are going to start a new series. This is called Build a Bag Workshop. We're not sure quite yet what we're going to call this. This is kind of like your high threat extended fight bag. It's not a bug out bag. It's not a full-blown Minuteman bag. This is something where if you're going to a high-threat environment, especially like an urban environment.
Bigger city. I mean, right now, not to get into politically,
Right,
but if you're around, you can't take me serious.
I can't take you seriously.
If you're around, like the Minnesota, Minneapolis, something like that, like this, or you have to drive through or something like that. That's,
or just anything to where for us, we live semi-close to like two big cities. Cleveland, Columbus area. So if you were to go to one of those cities, this is something you could put in your truck, keep it secure, make sure you're, always, doing that. But it would give you something that if you had to fight your way out of a situation, if you had to get yourself home, walk home, whatever it may be, this is not going to be a full get home bag, but this is going to supplement anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's also going to help you out no matter what. I mean, any extra gear you're going to have is going to help out in that situation.
Yeah. You said, like a high threat, like you said, a high extended threat.
High threat extended fight bag.
Yes.
So this is actually Logan's bag. This is what we're going to set up for him.
Yeah.
So
I guess, and we're going to bring you along. Literally, it's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, you guys can tell we are in a undisclosed location. This is his
the underground bunker, if you will.
This is his bunker room. He has cool stuff in here. But this, like you said, this is my bag that we're going to be putting together. We kind of teased it on the Minuteman video a little bit, and that's kind of another thing too. Like you guys seem to be loving that Minuteman video bag. So we're going to kind of go along that line and, like he said, make this like a series, if you will, on different bags, different types of situations. This is like he said, just my high threat extended fight bag, or just high threat bag, whatever you want to call it. But we will literally bring you guys along piece by piece.
Kind of talk about theories on why we're picking stuff.
Why we're picking that certain piece, why we're picking that, that certain arrangement in the bag, if you want to say, why we're putting this first, because that's going to probably get used before this will, whatever else. Kind of zoom you guys in so you can really see we'll get some of the stuff, and then we'll get into building this bag. So
all right, guys, so this is kind of what we have set out. We're not sure what's all going to fit, so we're going to kind of pack from what's the most important to what's the least important. And like I said, going into this, remember, it's not a bug out bag. This is not a get home bag. This is literally an extended fight bag. And if we can put a couple creature comforts in there, we will. So we're going to be kind of limited on the actual size of the bag here. So starting out, we're going to put stuff in here that's probably least important. So like stuff that you're not going to grab right away. So like right here, you can go ahead and show them this. This is a cook kit, and this is kind of a budget option, I would say. This is the GSI. You can open it up. It's a GSI outdoors stainless steel pot. It's not titanium or anything like that, but it is heavy duty. Kind of squeeze the handle and it folds back.
Push that bad boy up. There we go.
So it's got a lid. Inside of there, we got the MSR Pocket Rocket Gen 2, I believe. And then we've got a lighter and a full-size, big isobutane canister in the bottom. That's kind of like a self-contained, just one-piece little, cook kit. And it's a big enough cook kit, too, that if you have, some freeze-dried coffee or a hot beverage of some kind, you have enough, room in there to rehydrate your whole meal, pour water in that, and then whatever's left over, make yourself up a cup of joe or something like that. So
or hot chocolate,
or
hot cocoa. If
I know you guys like green tea a lot, or green tea. It's easy to throw a green tea packet in there. So that's going to go in because that is not a necessity for this extent.
Guys,
just you and your household.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, we all love it.
So that's going to kind of go in first. I mean, that's not going to be a item you're going to need to really grab. This is if say. You find yourself with a little bit of a lull in the action, or you're able to take a little bit of cover, you can kind of, get yourself a meal going real quick. And I kind of have this out just as like a
size comparison.
Yeah, that other one's huge. This is a little one.
Like what you are, what she told you not to worry about?
100%. So, I mean, the other things are going to be important that you're probably not going to be grabbing right away, but they need to be readily accessible.
Fire starter, maybe?
Yeah, your fire starting kit with the matches in here. And that fire starting kit, he's got. Make sure you should kind of bring it up here. But it's got a ferrocerium rod. You've got an extra lighter, some jute rope for kind of, and what you have.
And also, just two different kinds of the pyro putty. I got winter blue for it's supposed to start easier in colder weather, and then I also have it's just for summertime. It's a summer blend, supposed to be easier to start during summertime.
I'd say that's also something else we're going to be doing. I'm going to walk away from camera for a second. You guys can still hear me. This is trioxane. This is a military fuel tab. It lights super easy and it burns for a while. But I mean, I think I found these for like 25 cents a pack, maybe. And you can actually break it in half, break it in little pieces. But just something else, just kind of keep in mind if you don't want to, if you've got a good,
And then just to throw it, I mean, this does have straps on the back for
you can molly
if you want to molly it on the outside, I can, which honestly wouldn't be a bad idea. But for now, it's going inside.
But for this, especially being like an urban concealment, like an urban fight bag,
you don't want it to make it look
well. But also on top of that, like the chances of you having to start fire low, it's never zero though. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like this bag. The chances of ever using this bag are low.
Yeah,
but not zero.
Yeah.
So we'll put that in there here next to the cook kit. So let's say water filter.
Yeah.
Yep. So
bag in the filter.
Yeah, so we'll get that. I don't know where you want to try to hide this at.
I could probably slide up in the front if you want to.
Up here?
Yeah, it won't be bad. A long ways, yeah.
And then something else that we could actually add to this bag. This is a Hydra pack. This folds out to a pretty large.
What is it, like
3 liter?
3 liter?
Yeah, this is a 3 liter pack. It's got a handle on the side. So if you were trying to fight your way home, something like this would be a good option to pair up with any of these gravity-fed squeeze water filters. So also these matches, we're going to throw these in. These are something small, lightweight, that barely takes up any kind of room.
Lightweight, baby.
Lightweight. All right. So
food,
what are you thinking
maybe?
next?
Food?
Probably food.
Probably need it.
Food is going to be low on the list. Here, you go ahead and start picking out some of these meals. I'm going to get off camera. I'm going to grab one meal cold weather. Just because everybody kind of talked about it in my bag. Saying to have something that was ready to eat.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But as I kind of snuck in here, this is a meal cold weather. This has a freeze dried main in it, but then it's also got snacks and stuff. Stuff that you can eat right away without having to rehydrate. And then we've got a whole plethora of different freeze dried meals,
different types.
Macaroni and cheese for the children. If you got kids with you, make sure you take a mac and cheese jambalaya with shrimp from Stowaway Gourmet. Los Polos Hermanos.
Chicken and dumplings. I mean, you can't hate on chicken
Bison
dumplings.
black bean bear chili. Whatever this is.
Bison ranch mashers.
Yeah. So go ahead and grab yourself, let's say 2 meals, 3 meals, and then we'll take this. Give you enough to have 1 meal a day for a few days. If we got room for this, we're gonna put this in there. Just because I said that is one thing you guys all kind of mentioned in the.
Yeah, how they were like, what if you can't boil the water off the rib?
Have some ready to eat stuff.
Yeah. His is
a Minuteman.
More
bag.
of a Minuteman bag. This, like we said, high threat.
Kind of a hybrid-ish.
Like a hybrid, yeah.
If you
like
find yourself
not a
in
day
a fight,
pack, but like a little bit longer. Yep. But it was a good suggestion. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's why. That's why I grabbed it. Like, yeah, because once you guys see the truck kit, you'll be like, okay, makes sense. He's like shopping right now. He's got a
pasta primavera. What do you think, Ruger?
What about some venison country casserole with ground deer? So you guys might not see it, but like I said, I've got this. This is the breakfast skillet, menu number 12. These are awesome. Like, these are a regular MRE that if they freeze, thaw, get super hot, they're not going to hurt. They have a Mountain House, a large Mountain House main in it. So this is a good breakfast option. It's probably going to have granola and a toaster strudel, or
loaded with 40 red dye or dye red, whatever people
if we're lucky.
About. Yeah, whatever people freak out about.
I'm no longer talking like RFK, so I don't care what you guys put in your bodies.
Went ahead and grabbed the chicken and dumpling, pasta primavera, and like I said, mac and cheese.
And because I kind of mentioned this, but no matter what, if you've got a kit that you're putting together and you've got young kids, like, you don't, in a get home situation, a bug out situation, whatever it may be, you don't want to be fighting with your kids like you do every day about trying to get them to eat stuff.
Yeah.
So if you can throw something like this in there that
mac and cheese
that they'll just eat without like having to fight, because like this is mac and cheese, but it's got 13 grams of protein per serving.
Three servings in it too. So,
yeah. So this is 39 grams of protein.
And in all honesty, like, even like talking about your kids eating this, say your whole family's with you, there's 3 servings. My wife eats like a child. It's chicken tenders and mac and cheese most of the time, so it's like
one of her favorite food groups.
Yeah, so it's like if you can go ahead and get something like that to, like you said, have everyone enjoy it, then so be it.
This is something that if we've got room and office weight, it's a great idea to have. This is an E-tool, so an entrenching tool. It's a very heavy duty actual military shovel. We can fold this thing out. You can, without trying to get too gross, a lot of people don't realize this, but you can literally do this.
It also becomes a weapon.
Well, but it can be a trowel, it can be a weapon, it can be whatever it be. But say you've got to use a bathroom.
It can be a stool.
You literally put one cheek on the side here and, dig your hole with this and then use this so you're not leaning. If you don't have a tree. When I was stationed down in El Paso, we didn't have a lot of trees. So
I normally just try to find a bathroom.
That would always be ideal.
That would be ideal.
That's always the best situation. SOG does make like a smaller option it's not as heavy, a little bit more packable.
Tool and the spoon with the food.
Yeah, the spoon will keep with the food and with the cook kit that's right here.
Titanium spork, pretty much. The long-handled spork, I believe. My finger. Nope, that's just a spoon.
I took a fall earlier. We're getting a bunch of snow, and he came to the undisclosed location that we're at. So we don't have very good snow removal out here. So we had to push his vehicle up the
I
driveway.
just would have brought the truck.
Let's start putting some stuff in here that. So let's go ahead and put like your headlamp.
Okay.
Let's do a pair of tinted iPro, a pair of clear iPro, because at any time, so theory behind this. So you always want to have eye protection. It helps to have tinted, which we usually always have on us, but just in case you don't, and always have clear, because you got to think about it. Like if you're in a situation where it's 9/11, there's tons of debris in the air, there's explosions happening, whatever it may be, you don't want that stuff getting into your eyes. So having a couple extra pairs of iPro, they weigh nothing, they take up very little space, but if you do have somebody with you, you've got a buddy with you that's not prepared at all, or you have your wife, kids, whatever. So to go along with that, we've got 3 different options here. If there's a chance of using guns, have some
got your
disposables,
your foam inserts, your rubber
slightly
ones,
less disposable, and then reusable,
Yeah.
just plugs.
And then you also have your.
So we'll throw those in there. They don't take a whole lot of weight.
You also have some over-ear pro if you
Yes.
have room for it, which we may, but
We will.
regardless.
Then in here we've got a package of AAA batteries, AA batteries, 2032s. So
Lithium. Try to.
always have
Actually,
lithium for bags.
don't put anything but lithium in there because they'll be dead before you need them.
And they'll be corroded. You leave them in something,
Yep.
your stuff's going to be completely corroded. Something else that would also kind of be a good idea to put in here, like an anchor,
Power bank or
backup power bank for getting your phone up and running.
100%.
But most of us keep something like that in our truck.
Yeah.
So we've kind of given you guys a couple, like I said, some ideas on some different stuff and what we're doing. So we've got the small pairs of ear pro. I would say these for me are a necessity, especially if you're going to be in a situation where you're firing your weapon. We'll put these kind of right here on top so they are easy to grab, semi-accessible. Another thing that we're going to kind of put in right here, comms.
Yeah.
So this is a Faraday bag with our comms in it. We're not going to open it up and kind of show you guys what we're using just for security purposes.
Yep. But I mean, there is, so in here as well, there is the radio itself, obviously. There is another battery, a charger, the regular base antenna that they gave you,
and extended
and
range.
then the extended range.
So we're going to kind of shove this right here on top, I think. And then right here we have a old Gore-Tex rain jacket, military issue. So you go ahead and stuff that in there, get that zipped up. I'm going to crack open this beverage. And that is one thing, is people can say whatever they want about military grade. I get it, but that's a heavy duty Gore-Tex. I mean, that's a thick piece of Gore-Tex, So that's the main compartment. We got that kind of loaded up.
Another thing I will say before we go on, this isn't a really stock bang bang bag.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess, in a sense, more of a quote unquote range-ish bag. But I just liked it. I liked it for a certain reason. That would be the main, or the compartment underneath for the firearm and whatnot.
Yeah. Super heavy duty.
But it will have limitations. As you guys can see, we had to manhandle it closed.
Yeah, but I mean,
the main compartment is
stuff.
It is tight, but it works.
Yeah. We got some zip ties, zip cuffs, which these are always a good thing to have no matter what. And he's got a carabiner on these, so we can just clip it in where we want on the outside. So we'll probably put those on semi-last. But going along with the idea of rubble, brush, whatever it may be, having gloves is going to be is just as important as eye pro and ear pro. So you want to have a good pair of nice tight-fitting gloves that are going to protect your hands. And there are high-speed options out there. There's some really cool ones. Fully understand that. I can tell you from firsthand experience, I had Oakleys, I've had Shellback Tacticals that I've actually used in the field. I've used in Iraq, and I always preferred just using regular old mechanics gloves. Back then, we didn't have the cool multi-cam tactical ones. We just had black mechanics gloves.
They are they're a disposable piece of equipment.
Yes, yes. So go ahead and try those. I think those should be in your size. I grabbed a pair of larges out of the bin. I usually wear at 2X or XLs, but you want them tight. You want dexterity. These have a good palm on them, so if you do have to be touching like broken concrete or glass or something, it's going to give you some cut resistance. They're not ANSI certified, but
a little bit of padding on the knuckles.
We don't got to worry about OSHA.
Yeah, who's that? Never heard of her.
Never heard of her. Another thing is we're in winter right now here in Ohio. Right now it's what?
-11.
It's cold. I mean, it's stupid cold. So if you do find yourself in a situation where you are traveling down the street, you are traveling outside, anything like that, a good pair of wool socks.
Yeah.
But mind you, these are also not my good wool socks. These are my kind of put in bag wool socks. Mm-hmm. They're good. They're U.S. made. They're We the People socks. But they're not my darn Toughs. I've got darn Toughs on my feet right now. This is a change. So if you do find yourself in a situation where you've got cotton socks on, this is going to be an important thing to do, is to throw on wool socks as soon as you can. Yep. So even in the summertime, wool socks are a good idea, but thinner ones, not those.
And it's nice having, if you can, at least multiple pairs.
Yes.
Something gets wet.
Yep.
If you can, you get your fire. You get to that point, start a fire, dry them out, whatever it may be. But like I said, that's way far down the road.
And this is another just little option that you can throw in if you want. It's just a beanie, just something I kind of set out, just, like I said, cold weather. These are two things that can probably be pulled out of your kit come summertime.
Yeah.
Something else that I do is get on Amazon, and these Sea to Summit dry sacks are really nice. What you can do is what I do. So this is a smaller one. You could literally take
both of these.
You can take both of these, a pair of long johns,
maybe even a light base layer long sleeve if you can.
Something heavier like glove wise.
Yep.
Something a light raincoat But anyways, you can take this, and you could actually make one of these up for each person in your family. The wife's color is green, my color is black. You know, whatever it may be.
And you just put the mini kit.
And then wintertime, that goes in here.
Yep.
And then you can make up a second one with some thin wool socks, with some thin gloves, with, whatever it may be, and be like, okay, it's spring, summer, fall time, let me throw that in there. And mind you guys, this is all supplementing what you already have.
Yes. And what's nice too, that something even just as minuscule as this literally can save your life.
Yeah. Well, and also the thing is once you pull stuff out of this, you can use it to stuff other things in. Say you open that big MRE and you didn't use it all. You can throw the extras in there. You can, whatever it may be. Yep. Say you got wet clothing, or say you're getting ready to do a river crossing. You get out of the city or whatever, and you're like, crap, bridge is blocked, whatever. You can take your radio, your cell phone, everything, stuff it in there, roll it up, keep it dry. So as you're crossing the water, stuff's not getting soaking wet. All right. So let's keep on rolling. Like I said, this is your bag. You can start doing a little bit of the talking at least. So we've got this whole empty side here. Let's make that the ammo part.
All right, I'm just going to get this out of the way real quick.
Give you guys a little eye candy up front.
Yeah, so over in this right side of this bag, there is two AR mag bungee carriers, I guess if you want to call it. Obviously, if you're in this situation, you may or may not have your rifle on you.
Yeah. Especially if you're in an urban situation, something that you can throw underneath the coat, kind of keep concealed, semi-concealed. That's going to be a really good option.
Like I said, you may or may not have your rifle with you, plus your whatever PDW or or your actual self-defense CCW that you may have. Also, on top of that, if you do have your rifle, and it might be in that certain situation, it wouldn't be nothing for us to grab our plate carrier, to grab our battle belt. you know, that has our sidearm on us, and the plate carrier has 3 extra mags, and our battle belt has 3 extra mags plus 2 over here plus 1 of the. So like,
well,
if that gets to that point, but it's just nice just to have some extra. Anyway.
Yeah, say just in case you have your AR-15 on you, but if not, I mean, it's two extra mags. Yeah. But say you don't have your battle belt, say you don't have your plate carrier, you know, this right here is a great option. Having a belt mounted with the open clips in the back, so you don't have. I know some of them you got to take your belt off and loop it through. These you actually just open up and just clip right onto your belt. So something like that is a great idea, especially to pair up with this. And a loaded mag to keep in the gun itself. Yep. And then each one of us carry Glock 19s for CCWs. Yep. So he's going to have at least 2 more on me. Yeah, so he's going to at least have the gun. It's in the handgun, the mag in the handgun, and the mag in the sidecar holster. Yeah. Realistically, you grab 2 sticks, you are now deleting 4 to 5 mags, you know, with the same amount of ammo with 2 sticks. But obviously, you know, to each their own. If you want smaller mags, you gotta do. Like, also, yeah, like he said, the mag for the gun. What else is? The knife can go in here, kind of in the defensive. You know, knife can slip into here. It's literally just a Kaiser Bear, I believe is what it's called. It's a 2 3/4 inch blade. It is full tang. It's got a little bit of paracord on the back. You know, it's a lanyard. You could always undo it and have a little bit of paracord. Yeah. Let's grab you, Hank, a 550 cord to throw in there too. So yeah, there's that, and it does come with a like a tech lock almost. Yeah, that's just a Hank of, I think it's 550. It's either 25 or 50 foot. I can't remember. But I mean, it's an urban situation. Hopefully, you're not going to need too much cordage. But if by chance you do, it takes up no room. It's very lightweight. It's worth throwing in there. Yep, just some regular paracord. Another thing you could possibly throw in there if you had room would be like some duct tape of some sort. I guess now to the cream de la creme de la crop, whatever you want to call it. Creme de la creme. Like I said, we just picked this up not too long ago. This is my Ruger PC charger. We do have a full video on it. We also got a couple shorts and some snippets on it. So you guys go ahead and go check that out. Great little gun. Yeah. Great little gun. Great compact little gun. It does have the SB Tactical folding brace on it. So you do have a little more, you know, your 3-point contact stability. But that does fit underneath here quite well. That is kind of the... You want to throw the mag in it? Yeah, that is kind of the claim to fame to this bag, is that you can put a gun in the bottom. So, zipper on up. So, this is kind of, you know, been bringing you guys along for the journey. We've kind of talked about theory behind it, some different stuff like that. We'll get some honorable mentions. Yeah. Bring you guys back up here so you can see us. You guys might not be able to see on camera how big this dog is, but come here, bub. Oh, what's up, Bubba? How are you? Yeah, he's a pretty decent sized English Mastiff. All right. Go ahead and lay down now. Thank you. Oh, just knocked the table over. Oh no, Red Dawn, the Koreans are coming. Ruger doesn't want the Koreans to come because then he'll get eaten. All right, so this is the bag. This is kind of what we have. And no matter what, remember when you're making a kit, you're making a bag like this, it's always evolving. Yeah. So don't be like, oh, this is how it's got to stay. You can be thinking, you guys might leave a bunch of comments and Logan's like, you're right, I should put a saw in the bottom of this bag, or, you know, whatever it may be. And that's what we're open for all that. Yeah. We're open for comments, suggestions, criticism, good or bad, whatever it may be. This is also your bag. You have to make it accommodate to you and yours, I guess. So just food for thought. Yeah. And then we've got a couple like honorable mentions that could fit in this bag if you were maybe in just a slightly different scenario in your head, whatever it may be. But go along the lines of the gloves, the eye protection, the hearing protection. If there's debris in there, there's dust in there, smoke, gas from whatever. These aren't the most expensive things, but like something like this, which I know we all hate to see it, but these N95 masks, these are going to keep a lot of that debris out of your airways. They work for debris, just not diseases. The other thing is we've got like an actual half-face respirator. And this is just one you can find like Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yep.
They work
Like you're actually like a paint mask,
but
know, if you're,
if you had room to set something like this in there, this would help. I mean, this would definitely help in a situation where there's a fire, there's a debris in there, whatever it may be. We're not saying these are the best options,
no,
but just realistic options. On the same line as that, we've got smoke grenade. This would be a good option to keep in there. Either this or like a flashbang grenade.
Yep.
You can get the
IWA ones.
Yeah, and they're like not the real thing, but they work pretty good.
Yeah.
So something like this would be a cool option to keep in there.
The only bad thing about those, you do have to pass a test, but it's all on their website.
And he did it. So
I did it. And they print you. Wait, what? So they print you off a little thing you can keep in your email. They are a little more expensive.
Yeah.
But
they work really well.
They're a dumbed down version, but they work very well. Same too. There's another brand. It's like EVG or EV gas or something like that.
There's a few different ones. Something like this. This would be a great option. This is a HB Forge Goshawk, but having some kind of tomahawk or something that you could use that has a hammer face on the back, a sharp end. You could use this for getting yourself out of a situation. We didn't really add something like this because it's not really. This isn't like a Suburban or get home bag necessarily.
That's not a necessity. It would be a luxury.
Yeah, but something like this would be a cool idea to kind of keep in a bag because, I mean, you'd also go all Patriot and freaking
hide behind trees and stuff.
Yeah, but something you could also throw in there, some extra
like emergency bands, mess with Cat 7 or
some cat tourniquets.
Cat 7, like it's an Ethernet cable.
some cat tourniquets, some Israeli bandages or like compression bandages, something you could just shove in a pocket. Takes up very little room, but if you need them, you're going to be very happy you have them.
And also another thing I'll say, get the cat tourniquet.
Yeah, go to actual.
Do not get off-brand. Do not get Chinese. Do not get Amazon.
Go to NorthAmericanRescue.com.
Yeah,
go to their website.
They're $19. I can get a 5-pack on Amazon for $5. There's a reason.
Yeah.
You put this down on someone's arm and crank it as hard as you can.
And the wingless breaks off.
This won't break off.
No.
But you get the off-brand Amazon ones, and that wing breaks off, or the thread rips and whatever, and then your loved one is bleeding out because you wanted to save $5. Don't be cheap.
Yeah, just get on.
And I'm cheap, and I'm telling you not to be cheap.
Yeah. So get on and order the real thing. Get some good compression bandages. Get good tourniquets, and also grab yourself some chest seals if you don't have those. That's another thing that, in a situation where bullets might be flying, if you're on a two-way range.
Because at the end of the day, you want to be like, oh, well, that's expensive. But, you can go to North American Arms, get an IFAC, another like actual reputable brand. I don't want to spend $200-$300.
Yeah.
Is $200-$300 worth a loved one's life?
Or just piece it together. Get a North American Arms, and get yourself a pair of shears, get a cat tourniquet, get a compression bandage, get you a set of quick clotting gauze, whether it's quick clot or Celox.
Yep.
And then get yourself some high fin chest seals. Get a 2-pack.
Refuge
Medical.
That's what it is.
But so just one of those reputable websites, get on there, and you don't have to order everything at once. Order one thing, next paycheck, order the next thing, kind of get yourself set up. So that's another thing that we could throw in this bag. If you want to get in some comfort items, this is a sleeping pad. This is a lightweight sleep sack that would probably be perfectly good for like summer if it's like, not getting very cool out. But if you could throw something like this in there, this is a modular sleep system, military issue. This thing works really well.
Yeah, like I said, these are just honorable mentions, and not even that we didn't put in here. We just want to throw out there, if you guys are building kits in general, to give you guys some ideas about this stuff.
And then just something else to go along with this being a force multiplier, like a smoke grenade, flashbang, something like that. This is another force multiplier. This is a very inexpensive FLIR Scout TK, I believe. It gives you some thermal capabilities, the ability to, see in the dark.
Yeah.
This isn't as cool as your high-speed nods or anything like this, but remember, you're going to throw this in a bag and you're going to forget about it.
If you throw your $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 nods in a bag and they crack or break or something crazy happens.
Where this is still expensive. This is a $600 optic. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't cheap, but it's not. It's nods
way
expensive.
Cheaper than nods. Yeah.
So like something like this is a great force multiplier. This would be a great thing to throw in here, keeping that Faraday bag that he's got, whatever it may be. But going along the lines of tools, something else that'd be really good for like an urban bag would be like a pry bar of some kind.
Yeah.
Halligan tool, that's not really realistic to keep in a bag. Pair of bolt cutters. If you could just throw this in your bag, you'd be good to go. Full breaching kit, bolt cutters, Halligan tool. Something we thought about, which I didn't go up and grab, because I keep one underneath the seat of my truck, is they're called a demolition tool. And they've got like a pry bar on one side, the hammer with the hook. You know, having that in an urban situation where you've got to try to break down a door if need be. Somebody's in a vehicle, you got to try to break out of that vehicle, you know, like come up on a car accident, something along those lines. That's always a cool tool to have.
We've put out literally hundreds of options, you know, for you guys to, like I said, if it comes to, like you said, you know, this episode 1 of the
Build a bag workshop.
The build a bag workshop, high threat extended fight bag or high threat bag, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, like I said, we will have multiple videos. Next video, we will build like Minuteman bag.
Yeah.
I know you guys have already seen
Mine.
his and whatnot, but maybe just bring you along, and even if we build me one, or even build one in general, bring you guys along to show you
what we're thinking,
like what we did here. What's the reasoning behind it? What are we thinking? Why are you doing that instead of this? We'll give you our, you know, reasoning why.
Yep. Something else to think about is, you know, like I said, so getting home bag, which everybody should have, and then a straight up bug out bag.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a little bit more of an in-depth kind of situation. And that's also going to come down to physical ability.
Yeah.
So like, no offense, if you don't ruck at all, you don't hike at all, you can load up everything you want. If you can't walk with it, it doesn't matter if you have it or not.
So get your butt to the gym. I'm sure people are like, oh, you guys don't even go to the gym.
Well,
lies.
And I mean, just me, myself, fall time, I just put my toddler who weighs, you know, 35 pounds on my back in a child backpack with a bunch of other gear. I had over 65 pounds on my back and literally did 4 miles in, it was like an hour and 10 minutes. Hills where we live, there aren't any mountains. Don't crucify us.
We think they're mountains.
They seem pretty steep. They seem steep with that kind of weight on my back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll kind of bring you guys along for all this. Like I said, it seems to be a pretty popular subject right now, especially with everything that's going on in the world. We're kind of in tumultuous times, you know.
Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it.
Yeah, and plus it's kind of fun, you know, to get out some of this gear that you got and freaking
kind of show it off to people too.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, realistically.
See, honey, it wasn't all a waste.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let us know. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. What's the next kit you want to see?
Because you guys have been destroying the modern Minuteman bag video.
Yep.
And this is kind of where we want to follow up with to show you our thought process and our ideas behind it.
Yeah. And a little bit more banter so you guys can actually hear like our thought process. Because we put this together today.
Yeah.
We didn't get online and order anything. We didn't literally
stuff that we had.
We sat, put our heads together, like, all right, this, you know.
But
another video.
But yeah, so like I said, we hope you guys enjoyed this. As of recording, we have hit
both marks.
Both marks on the channels. We have hit over 2,000 subscribers on this channel of Daily R&R. And if you guys want to go down into the description below, we do have our regular main channel, whatever you want to call it, of reloads and reps, which our goal was 500 on that.
And it's up to dang near
almost 700. So we have hit both goals. So here in the next, I'd probably say few weeks or so,
start keeping your eyes out, watch to the end of the videos, because we are going to, we'll probably do it in more than one video.
Yeah.
We'll probably do it for a whole month. We're going to have like a comment like, hey, like say this in the description or in the comment section.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to find all 4 of those videos, 8 of those videos, 4 per channel. And we're going to find out who commented on them, make sure they're subscribed to both channels. And then once we do that, if you comment on all 4 of those channels or all 4 of those videos, you get 4 entries.
Yeah.
And you go over to the other channel and you do it with the other 4 videos, you got 4 entries there too.
So yeah, 8 total.
So we're going to do 1 for each channel. And you guys might also, we'll see, you guys might also, if you win that bug out, get one of our first lines of merch.
But like I said, we do appreciate everything. We have hit that. Episode 2 of Your Daily Dose podcast will be on the Reloads and Reps main channel. Maybe by the time this video gets out. If not, it'll be here very soon. That being said, we appreciate everything, you guys. Make sure you do continue with those likes, comments, and subscriptions. You turn on that notification so every time you do know when we drop a video or short or anything in between. And as always,
we'll see you guys next time with your Daily Dose of R&R.
We'll see you guys.